Hey there, today we're going to look at the latest Old Town Topwater PDL. Just landed in New Zealand. Yeah, basically let's take a look over the boat and see what it's all about. So let's start at the back end of the kayak, and starting with the rudder, which has got these cool little adjustable cables now. Quite neat because you can adjust up any stretch or allow for any stretch or play in the rudder, which is cool. But the rudder not only steers the kayak but also acts as a carry handle when you're lifting the boat. But also it's got a side carry handle here, which you can makes it easy to carry the boat. So you've got this rear well area, and then we come to the just behind the seat. There's a couple of rod holders on both sides and a hatch, much like the Predator PDL, same sort of hatch underneath. This boat's quite a bit smaller obviously than the Predator PDL, but yep, there's a fairly decent rear well area, and I have an insulated bag that fits in this kayak as well, standard. Another cool thing that this boat comes with standard is this control knob, the latest new control knob, which allows you to lock the steering when you're cruising along or drifting for that matter. So quite a neat little addition to the boats. We've also got this new seat. This seat's quite a bit lighter than the other one. Doesn't have all the extra storage that the Predator PDL has, but yeah, you know, it's a nice seat, fairly cool, and allows you all day comfort, you know. So looking in the cockpit area, we've got these little storage compartments at the side, and also under the seat there is tons of room under the seat to put gear as always. And then we come into the front part of the boat. We've got these scupper holes, and we've got the PDL unit itself, which is quite awesome. Different to, same design as the original PDL, but it's got a little bit lighter than the original one, and it's also got slightly shorter. So yeah, then we come to the front end where we've got this hatch, and quite a bit different. It's only a small hatch, but you still can stow a little bit of stuff in there if you want to. This boat's predominantly designed for inshore. If we flip the boat over and have a look underneath, there's basically a different design hull now. It's called the W hull, and yeah, I'm sure it adds stability. We're going to find out in a minute exactly what it's like. But also they've changed the way the transducer mounts now. You've still got this original area where you can mount it through and coil up your cable, but underneath now there is actually a area to mount a bigger transducer, and there's this mounting plate which gives you provision to put a transducer transom mount, which comes standard with most transducers. Now the extra room in it is certainly catering to the new style of transducers that's coming out with a lot of models, including the Hummingbird Mega, and it's really easy to mount your transducer there using the transom mount that comes standard with your transducer. So yeah, that's pretty much the boat. The only other things are these side plates here at the front in the cockpit area, either side. Now these are great. You can put track mounted rod holders, you know, you can get them from Scotty and Railblazer, and they fit into those, and you can adjust them up, which is handy. But also you can mount your sounder on a track mount as well and have it beside the boat, and that's one of the things I love about this kayak with the hands-free fishing. You can do it. Looking in the compartment in the center console, there's a little bit of storage area in there, quite a decent area actually, and it's waterproof, and it's got this nice clip knob, easy to get into and easy to work, and it's got a different carry handle to the PDL. The other thing about this boat is it's significantly lighter than the Predator PDL, at around 28 to 30 kilos when you take the drive system out of it. So it's quite manageable to top load onto the roof of your car if you want to do that. but it's also, you know, just generally lifting it down to the beach and that sort of thing is easier. I prefer a trailer myself with salt water that I spend a lot of time on, and I know what salt water does to vehicles. But if that's not an option for you, then this boat is great for topping on top of the car on your roof racks. So let's get out there now and give this thing a try and see how it performs. I've been waiting to do this for quite some time and pretty keen to give it a go. So yeah, let's drag this kayak down and basically put on the water and see how it performs. And it's not a problem to drag this kayak because it's got a wear strip on the back, which is quite cool. You're not wearing the keel out. A lot of other brands don't have that feature, and so it's quite neat to be able to drag it and not worry about wearing out your hull. So we're in about 1/2 metre of water now, so let's put the drive down. It's a little bit different feeling to the Predator PDL. You've kind of got to push it in and then flip it down with your foot, and this is always quite stiff, but there we go, it's locked in. Now I haven't set my distance of my legs up, so I need to basically adjust the seat forward a little bit, which is quite easy to do on this boat. Try that. All right, wow, straight away I can feel that this kayak actually gets along quite nicely, you know. Considering it's short, I'm quite surprised at how quick it's going. Let's have a look. So you can see there, you know, we're getting along quite well. I'm not putting a lot of effort into it, and I'm pretty used to pedaling kayaks, so this is great. I'm pretty happy with the way it's paddling so far. Let's see how she turns really quickly. Turns on a dime, which is what you'd expect. So yeah, so far so good. I'm going to take it out into a bit of sloppy stuff now. There's a bit of wind out there, so we'll take it out and we'll have a look. So we're out in a little bit of chop. It's not real bad chop, but yeah, the Topwater seems to be handling it pretty well. It is a wetter boat though, and that's not surprising given its shorter length. There's less distance up front, but it is still deflecting waves and cruising quite quietly, you know. Check it out. So yeah, going pretty well. Bit of chop and a bit of wind, and it feels really, really good. But you are going to get a bit of a wetter ride on this kayak, so you know, not a bad thing in summer, but during winter you'll want to have some dry pants on or something to use it. But you know, this thing will get you to the spots pretty quickly, and I have no doubt on its stability, which we're just going to try out now. So I'm just going to basically stop, and we'll just lock the rudder so we don't drift too far. But I just want to try out its stability and standing up in it. So I just turned into the wind a bit. I hope this wind isn't making my voice too hard to hear. Alright, so you know, this kayak's pretty stable, you know, for a little kayak. Wow, that's quite impressive. You could stand up on and fish on this, no worries at all, you know. Yeah, feels really, really stable and very solid. And the other thing is, with the capacity of this boat, it certainly has the ability to be turned into a dive boat. Great for putting dive gear on, loads of room in the back. You could carry, you know, all your gear, and you want to zap up the coast or out to a scallop spot, this kayak could be perfect. So all in all, I give this the big thumbs up. It's a great little boat, and it's certainly going to suit quite a few people's needs, you know. It's more of an inshore boat, out to about 1.5 k's, and you could go out to islands on it, but it's not really designed for the offshore work that the Predator PDL is capable of. But all in all, this Topwater PDL is a great option.